All right, here we go. Let me see. Mic check. Mic check. Looks good to me. Looks good. Nice. Markets are flipping really aggressive at this 9:30 open here. Got my levels set here. You can take a look if you're interested. But what I'm looking at is we gap lower. All right, we fill in that gap over here on NAS. We haven't filled that gap over on ES, but realistically, we left a lot of sell side, right? Look at these lows here, unbothered, very clean. But how I'm thinking about it is if price wants to fill this gap, it'll pull back into one of these areas here. We have this 30-minute demand zone right here. This last attempt to go lower. All right, price could push into there. I'll make that a little bit more transparent. There you go. So you got that area of interest right across from this imbalance. So price is pushing down into here. And we could possibly see this area hold up and continue higher. Same over here for YM. But YM looks a lot different, right? YM looks extremely bearish. We get a trend higher, sweep this high, complete market structure shift. And then you have this area up here that looks like it's going to be your catalyst for lower, right? So YM looks extremely bearish. Over here, we're still pretending to be bullish. So you have to sit back and let this settle. All right, so yeah, so right now YM looks bearish. However, we're holding this 5-minute EMA. We're above midnight open price. We're above this weekly open price. Right, so it looks like there's still some work to be done here. Yeah, so we're chilling right now. Volume is okay, but I want to see price start breaking some sort of structure soon here. Now that there we go. Right, now that 9:30 is here, I want to see price retest and break something. Here we go. Right now you're seeing price retest this down close candle here, retest the EMA on both charts and give you a nice strong move off of it. If price can hold and continue to close through these levels up here, I'll be looking for a buy. And then I'm just looking to target maybe this Friday. Oh, whoa, there we go. Hey, bro, why do you mark 6 a.m., 2 a.m., and 10 p.m.? If you had to take a guess, I want to know what your guess would be. Just for the sake of conversation. Let me type it up at J. Yeah, so they're key levels, but they're specifically the 4-hour chart, right? So if I go to the 4-hour chart, you'll notice I learned this a long time ago, but the 4-hour chart opening price, right? So 10 a.m. right here, you'll see a lot of volume come off of this, right? Look how massive this move is. And then you have, I'll just zoom in for you real quick, just so you can see why I do it. but it's probably the most consistent key level, right? And it's just based on price and time and price, I should say. So here at 2 p.m., right? Look at the volume that comes off of 2 p.m. on the 4-hour chart. We tap into it 1, 2, 3 different times, fail to close below it, and price rips higher from it, right? That's simply a 4-hour candle opening price. Same thing here, 6 p.m. What do you know? Price uses this as well. We wick off of it 4 times, continue higher. All right. So now when I look at today, I'm paying attention to these overnight 4-hour open prices. And you can see 2 a.m., this 4-hour candle open. What do you see right here at 6 a.m. candle open? We drive into it and get a massive rip off of it. Right. So that's just giving me a clue as to where price is going. So now if we drive into all of these previous 4-hour prices and we start to reject off of these prices, that's telling me it's going to serve as rejection point for lower. If we close above it strongly, that's telling me price is likely to continue higher. Very, very simple checkpoints, right? And you can go back as far as you want, but this is a perfect example. You're going to get really strong volume off of those levels. So I keep those on my chart at all times. And then you have the 9:30 open price, and then midnight price is my only other prices. And then for higher time frame, you get those weekly open prices, right? And that's pretty much it for me. All right, you see 6 a.m. here, it was holding up nicely. We went up under it to sweep liquidity, tap into 2 a.m., right? Hold this level, climb right back above 6 a.m., and now we're bullish, right? So now I'm looking for buys. It's really that easy. I'm going to highlight a couple of areas here. This is a valid demand zone. Why do I know this is valid? Because we opened at 9:30. We tapped into some important levels here, and we failed to go lower, and we showed a strong closure from this level. So that's telling me price is likely to continue higher here, as long as we can hold this level here, right? And this is also a 4-hour opening level. So I'll type it just for anyone who sees it later. Basically like CRT. So CRT is an entry model, right? I'm not using these to trade off of. I'm using them as simply as indicators as to whether price wants to break below it or hold above it, right? So I'm not looking at this. You could draw up a trade off of these levels if you want. That's what CRT is, right? Where you sweep a candle low and then you close back in the range and then you try to buy it up. You could trade it that way, but these are simply key levels for me for a bias. So I'm not actually trading off of these, but my trade idea will come because of this, if that makes sense. Right? So I'm not in a trade right now, but it tells me which side of the market is likely going to continue the trend. And then I look for my entry model, which is not CRT. All right, so we have, for me, it would be a simple break and retest for me, right? For me, if this were to push back into here, this will be the same trade we've taken hundreds of times this year. It'll be an attempt to go lower. You're gonna see some sort of SMT, right? Let's take a look. Let's find that SMT. All right, so this drive lower was after 9:30, which is good. This is where the manipulation usually steps in. We should see SMT off of one of these candles here. Let's check YM. All right, 9:30, push, 9:45, sweeps this low. So YM swept this 940 low right here, this 5-minute candle. Let's see if we swept that over here. 945. So we swept the 930 low. We swept the 915 low. Looks like YM gives you, not YM, NASDAQ gives you that SMT here. Slight SMT. Another fun fact, the more subtle the SMT, the more aggressive the move is likely to be. So when you see this very subtle, small SMT here, where neither of them really go too deep, that's a good sign typically. So you see this 945 low. We notice we didn't take any of these lows here. 915 low is still intact. So there's your SMT off that 915 5-minute candle low. And then here, same thing, 915 or 930 in this case. All right, so with that, I have my idea set. All I need is a retest for a continuation. It's that simple. I'm a break and retest trader, but if you watch my stream long enough, you'll see that the break and retest is pretty much the cherry on top. I've already seen everything I wanted to see. I see that this weekly open price, I see price get up under it, and I see price fail to continue under it. That's a sign of the power of three, where if we open this weekly candle lower, break structure, pull back and maintain this area, what you see is manipulation, break a structure, pull back, accumulation, and now we're looking for a distribution. All right, so the power of three is simply when the market opens up on a higher time frame, it'll go opposite, and then it'll start to break structure in the way it wants to go, and you're looking for a retest to continue. Same thing here. 930 opens opposite, right? 930 opens lower. We break structure. It's going to pull back. If this area holds, then I'm anticipating a simple continuation. Here, I don't see any pullbacks, so this is probably going to be a trade that I skip. Yeah, CRT is something completely different. I don't really know how to trade CRT, to be honest. I understand what it is, but I've never actually tried to trade it. Only thing with my model, the way I trade is if we don't get the retest, I don't trade it. So I don't really, don't want to give in to FOMO and just start buying it up here. If I think it's bullish, I want to get in at a discount, right? I want to buy it at a good price. And that's what makes you profitable, right? It's not really much to know where price is going. A lot of traders can get on the chart and know that, oh, price is bullish today or price is bearish. What matters the most is your entry price. Where do you get in? Where do you put your stop? All right, so that's why the break and retest will always be a legitimate protocol, because you're getting in at, if you really believe price is bullish, wait for the retest to get in at a legit price. All right, I don't like how we haven't tapped into anything here. So I'm thinking we're probably going to end up rejecting soon. Yeah, I don't like how we haven't retested anything in here. Yeah, we're chilling. We should see price pull back here. If it doesn't pull back, what'll happen is price will overextend, push into something bearish, maybe take out something like this Friday session high, right? And then once it takes that out, you should be able to catch a nice short for that pullback. Yeah, so we're chilling. This looks like it just wants to scam higher without retesting. So that right there is a red flag as always. This is how the market behaves when it wants to scam, right? The same way here, we saw price just race lower. No retest after breaking, right? We broke this structure, no retest at all. What happens? Price turns around and runs directly right back into it. It's the most scam signature you can see in price. If you see price just free fall or just skyrocket without retesting, you know it's likely going to come back. Here's another example, right? We break out of here, no retest at all. I'm looking for shorts once price starts hitting some sort of rejection here, and you're going to get a short all the way back down. It's the easiest scam signature in the market. Right here, you get a break. What happens? Price made sure to retest it. This is a valid short, right? This is when you know price is likely to short for a good amount of time. We hit a nice break, accumulate a little bit, but we made sure to tap into it before getting too far away. That's a legitimate short, and you see how far that one goes, right? Here, same thing. We break out, we don't retest anything all night. What happens immediately? Price races right back down into these areas because it has to be efficient. The markets are built to be somewhat efficient. Here we go. So yeah, when I see stuff like this, I already know what's about to happen. We're gonna end up shorting. Question is how long, right? How long do we have to wait for this short? You never know. You saw this right here. This was an entire trading session of bullish price action. So I wouldn't have even caught this short. But if you trade it overnight, right, or Friday, the very next day, right, you see this was at 10 a.m. Price just rips all the way until 2 p.m. If you were smart enough to just not take a trade, wait for it to tap into here, you got a nice short the very next day, right? So how I like to play this is either price is going to pull back to this first order block here, or if price is truly bullish, it may reaccumulate here and then use this area right here as your order block, right? Where you see a break of structure, you see a pullback, right? It didn't reach into here, but because it did attempt to pull back, this becomes a new order block. So now you want to see, can price actually drive into here, maybe manipulate these lows and then continue higher? That's a legitimate continuation, right? So if I go over here, I can show you, even when price is in a rush, it should still pull back to some sort of order block, right? So here we had these order blocks never get retested. All right, yeah, nope, never get retested. And then here you get this second stage accumulation here. What happens? We close through it, we pull back into it, and we start to continue. This is a continuation profile that I would trade, where you're giving price a chance to be very quickly, move quickly and continue higher. You're like, all right, it's not going to pull back here, but the second pullback could be where price is actually giving you a break and retest. And you see a textbook break, pull back, reject, retest, and continue. All right. So this will be your break. This will be your retest candle here at 11:35. You see the rejection. You see price start closing through these 5-minute levels here. All right. And with that, you should start looking for a buy, because you can see the speed, right? You see that price is aggressively moving higher, similar to today. So like if we see that setup today, I'm going to try it out. I'm going to take that buy off of a second stage demand type of continuation, right? Everything else should be in agreement as well. Here we go. Yeah, so we have a push lower. We still haven't tapped into here. Now we have this level here, which we still haven't closed through on YM. Notice that every does it give more confluence? Yeah, definitely. Like so when you're trading, bro, these are the only things you should be looking for. You should be looking for, when the market opens, you want to pay attention to what the market tries to break and look at how it reacts, right? So at 9:30, what do? We pushed lower. We tried to break underneath midnight price, right? We tried to break underneath 10 p.m. We're currently above the weekly open, and then we flip and we close strongly through these bearish candles, right? That is the reaction of structure being built. So now you have confluence and a bias. You have everything you need. All you're looking for to finish off this idea is a retest, right? It's really that simple, right? So you don't really need too many different confirmations. I like this. Hold on. So yeah, the time stamps, which are those 10 a.m. levels, those 2 p.m. levels, those are simply areas where you want to see price tap into and then give a reaction. It'll tell you whether price wants to use that level as support or resistance, right? And that's all you need to know. From there, you can plug in any entry model that you have, whether you trade CRT, whether you trade inversions, whether you trade market structure shifts, whether you trade break and retest. You can plug that entry model into this concept and find a good trade almost every single time. All right, so now look at how I'm playing this, right? We have the break, we have the retest. I'm waiting for both charts to start closing above these 5-minute bearish candle bodies right here. All right, so all right, so here we go. Looks pretty bullish if you ask me, right? All the confluence that we mentioned based on these levels down here, all of the closures that we're seeing through these bearish candles, that's what you call solid structure. Here we go. I'm waiting for this ES candle to close here. NASDAQ already tapped into this bearish candle here with this candle right here and closed through this 5-minute candle. So that's a continuation profile. Once you realize that it's all about up close candles and down close candles. So like every single move starts with a down close candle range, right? If you're trading this and you look at it how I look at it, you would say we had this bearish 5-minute candle. We failed to close through this 5-minute candle range. And then the moment we started closing above it, you'll see that price showed no interest to go back underneath. That's a bullish breakout. And you're looking for some sort of break and retest. Notice we never retested this zone here. So that's a red flag, right? Price will probably be back down there. Then you have that second stage accumulation here where price is going to start closing through down close candles. What do you know? We closed through this down close candle and we're not able to close underneath it. The wick is included, right? Once you close this is a break of structure for me. This is an order block. If I get a retest and price shows me that it wants to hold this area, this is where you're going to find your buys. Look how many buy opportunities you got from here. Here. All of these. And look at how it holds up, right? This one down close candle was the reason for this move higher. All right. And that's pretty much how I simplify my trading, which is, I think as simple as it's going to get. That actually is profitable, right? You don't want it too simple. But here, right? So you see how we haven't closed back above here, right? It's a sequence, right? If you can write this down, this is your sequence. You want to see an attempt to go down. This is a buying scenario, right? You want to see an attempt to go down, whether it's 2 attempts, 3 attempts, 1 attempt, doesn't matter. An attempt to go down and then a strong bullish closure through those downward attempts. That's your order block. That's your support, right? Same thing here. An attempt to go lower. I want to see a strong close through it. Boom. That's the first part of the sequence. Once you get that strong close through it, now you're looking for your retest confirmation to make sure that you're not trading manipulation. You want to trade continuations only, right? So now that you get that strong closure through that downward attempt, you're looking for price to return right back into that downward attempt range and fail to go lower again, right? So if we drive into here, we can hang out in here as long as we want. But as long as we never start breaking this low and then we start climbing higher, I know that I could take this trade and put my stop underneath this original downward attempt and then target the next level that interests me, right? Probably 10 a.m. price from yesterday. That's a good target. Or maybe the previous daily highs. Whatever, whatever you feel is okay. But here's the second part of the sequence for me. I'm just waiting for price to show me that it's still bullish here. So far, we're still chopping inside of this downward candle range, right? This attempt to go lower, we're still chopping inside of there. Hold on, let me zoom in. Do you have like a course going into full detail about everything? No, I don't, bro. I tried that before. Courses are tough because it's just a bunch of notes, right? The best way to learn for me, I think, is to just really tune into the live sessions so you can see step for step, take your own notes. And then sometimes I do have like a strategy coaching where I'll sit down with some traders on the weekends, 2 days a week, and then we'll just go through all the trades that I've taken and why I took them, the process, the steps, the checklist that I have, right? I don't currently have any spots open for that right now, but maybe pretty soon. But if you're pretty good at trading, you know what I mean? You can DM me, bro. But if you're like brand new at trading, that's going to be tough for me to really, teach it to you. The best way for you to learn if you're new is to just try and watch the live streams as much as possible. Take your own notes and then come back with questions. You know what I mean? Like almost like a school, a classroom type of setting where you just show up and ask questions as you see it live. You know what I mean? But if you've been trading for a while and you understand like majority of the ICT concepts or supply and demand concepts, and just shoot me a message or jump in the chat room here. Yeah, jump in the chat room actually, because I have a ton of screenshots, a ton of trade recaps in the chat room. You could just scroll through those. Where is it at? Here you go. But yeah, I think the chat room, if you just scroll through the trade recaps and ask questions and things of that nature, you'll be able to yeah, there you go. Yeah, power of 3, that's exactly what I'm trading. Power of 3 plus break and retest, right? Which is pretty much the same as ICT, right? Like a SMT, the whole SMT concept, that's power of 3, where you see price pretend to go one way, break structure, retest, continue, right? But yeah, bro, jump in the chat room. I'll you can message me on there and I'll see if I can help you just at least with the basics, bro. That's all you need. You need a basic idea of what to look for, bro. So like you can see here, a lot of people, I see people on YouTube right now, I see people buying this. Why would I not buy this? Because the retest is still in process here. We don't know if this order block is going to hold up until you get a successful retest. A lot of traders like to just get in and hope that it holds. And that's where you blow your account. Because the market is playing the mind game, bro. The market wants you to think something and then jump the gun just so it can go opposite and go against you, right? We know two things for sure here. We know that price attempted to go lower, not once, but twice here. And then it attempted to go lower again here, right? So these are the only two areas you should be looking for buys if you're a buyer. Very simple, right? Now, how do you know if this is actually going to hold up? You simply wait for price to drive into it. And I'm on a 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart pretty much gives me the cleanest read most of the time. But once price drives back into here, I'm looking for some sort of manipulation. Maybe we get SMT off of some of these candle lows here, or we simply just tap into here and show a strong 5-minute closure, right? That 5-minute closure will give you the areas of interest. So right now we just have to wait for price to either start closing bullish or simply start flipping through. Like if we're bearish, price is going to rip through all of this. Then you look for a retest and take it lower. Right, let's look at Monday. I have a trade. I'll show you an exact trade to where maybe this will help you. If you go in the chat room and you look at Monday's trade, it's step for step exactly what I would be looking for right now. Here we go. We have a bunch of trade recaps in here. It's crazy. All right, so I'm gonna forward this in the chat. Where was it? There it is. Forwarded. Friday, Monday. Make sure I keep an eye on the live markets here so I don't miss anything. But yeah, we're chilling, right? So you can see prices not going higher right now. And that's a good sign, right? You don't want to see price just take off and just moon rocket without retesting anything. That's a sign of scamming. That's a sign that you don't want to be buying. That's a sign that you really should just wait for the break and flip to go opposite. Right? But if we go look at Monday here, I'll draw it up just for you. It won't take long. If you go bar replay, here, let's just do this. Lower time frame. Nasdaq. Monday. Around 11 a.m., right? I believe, yeah. All right, so yeah, here we go. Play this out. Is this it? On my trip. Oh no, it was the 7th. It was Tuesday. Monday looks like chop. All right, yeah. There we go. Nice, right? So here we go. This is a perfect example of how easy trading can be. 9:30. Like I said, you want to wait for 9:30 because that's where the most manipulation likes to step in. So if you allow the manipulation to step in, you're allowing the power of 3 to form, right? So here, just to summarize what happened, 9:30 opens, we see SMT off of here. Beautiful. So with that SMT, I'm looking for price to attempt to go bullish, close bullish, and fail. And here we go, right? We saw price push up, give us a sweep. Then we saw price move lower, attempt to go higher, and fail. There goes my first part of my sequence. If I can get a retest in this area and then price literally just tap into it and start closing bearish, there goes the tap right here at 1030. There goes that level I'm looking for to be broken. We break it here at 1035, and literally we're looking for shorts off of this 5-minute candle that broke, right? So this is pretty much your area of interest, your point of interest here. And if you're thinking power of three, you would say, all right, the power of three simply means don't try to be too mechanical with it. Power of three simply means price is opening opposite of where it truly wants to go and then building structure after. So this is exactly what happens. We open higher, pretending to be high, start moving lower, and then build structure. Structure is when you attempt to go one way and fail. This is your supply zone. This is where you want to see a break and retest. Price taps into it, starts to trend lower again. I'm looking at this 5-minute candle, and I'm short anywhere inside of this 5-minute candle. And if you watch Monday's stream, we took this trade and we target the low, target that previous daily low. And it's not even a question how simple it could be, right? So today, you look at this, you'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's exactly what's happening here. The only difference is we never pushed back to this original attempt, right? You have this 930 attempt here. 930 opens, we attempt to go lower, and then we flip completely, right? We haven't tapped into this original area, so now you look at the second stage accumulation and you say, all right, if price is bullish, it can still hold here. And what do you know? Look at where it's bouncing off of. It's bouncing off of this 2 p.m. price. It's not a coincidence, right? You can see how price will give you the answer if you just have the right levels on your chart. It's giving you the answer here. It's telling me that price is not really weak enough to retest the original area. So it created another attempt to go lower, fails, closes through it, pulls back, and now we're starting to see that bullishness. If we can start closing through here, I'll be looking to take this trade higher. It's important to wait for this closure though, so let's just give it a few more minutes here. This candle will close in 2 minutes, so I want to see how this ends up printing. Yeah. So the chat room is different. Chat room is just everybody, anybody can join the chat room. Ooh, look at that. This is about to go bearish, guys. Look at it. Look at that. What is oil doing over here? Is oil trying to climb? Oil just tapped into that previous daily high. Oil has been bearish this entire morning session. So there's been no attempt to go higher and sweep, right? So this could be a power of three where you see price just open lower. And look, if we start closing through these bearish candles, that's going to tell you price is probably going to break and retest. Literally every single move starts the same way. Either it's trending, something like this, where you see price is trending one way and then it hits where it wants to go, sweeps, closes through those up close candles, and then just retests something and goes lower. It all starts, every reversal starts the exact same. Flips down close candles, retests, continue. Flips up close candles, flips these up close candles, retest these bullish up close candles, continue lower. All right. It really starts the same way every time. So yeah, I want to keep my eyes on oil. If oil can break out here, get back above this weekly open, bounce off this previous daily high, get back above 10 a.m., that's going to be a sign that oil wants higher. And if oil wants higher, we know that the rest of the market will want lower. Oh, well, I take that back. Look at that. I'm going to start looking for buys here, kid. Let's see. Yeah, if this holds up, I'm buying this. 1 second here. Let me get ready. All right, cool. So I'm typing this up right now. And what I'm looking for is, does price want to drive down into this? You see this wick, right? We see price already tapped into here, failed to go lower. We see price gave us this 5-minute engulfing. So all I'm doing is looking into this 5-minute engulfing, and I can see that, okay, we have one attempt to go lower that failed. We have 2 attempts to go lower that failed, right? So we're still inside of this range here. If I put a line here, you'll see what I'm talking about, right? You see this bearish candle here? We're still inside of it. We haven't broken out of it yet. So even though we do have a bullish move on the 5-minute, the 1-minute is telling you that these bearish candles right here are still in control because we haven't broken them yet. All right. So once we start breaking through these on the 1-minute chart, you'll see why I placed my entry right above it. Right. You see this 2 p.m. price. You see this bearish 1-minute rejection level. If we can get a nice close above there, I'm looking at about 68.57, something like that, would be my entry price. And I can put a tight stop here, maybe like a 7-point stop, and just look for like 7 point or 8.5 to this session high here, because price may reject off of that. And then I'm looking over here, and I would say we have the same deal over here. Start closing above that. There it is, right? And you see that volume coming right off of this yellow area. I'm going to buy this. Let's see how many contracts I need. If I go clear, 10 would be 350, 15. All right, yeah, 15 contracts there. 15 micros would be 500. 15. 30. All right, yeah, 40, right? Yeah. 15 on my 50Ks. 16, 15, same difference. So now I'm just waiting for price to start trying to run here, and I'll put an order in. 7-point stop, 8.5 point TP, which is just 1.2, but you don't want to be too greedy in these markets. 8.5. All right, yeah, let's go ahead and buy that. Yeah, so I got filled at about 857. Put this TP in here. I don't know what that is, kid. I already got my TP, right? Yeah, there we go. So now we're just looking for, we got to pay attention to how price responds after taking out these highs, because, oh my goodness, it's already ripping. My goodness. So we got to pay attention to how price responds at these highs. But if I'm looking around, I like that YM is giving you a bullish move here as well. And we haven't taken out any of this. So I'm going to set some alerts at these swing highs here. This is tough, bro. We could actually dump soon. That's the scary part. The scary part is we could dump off of these short-term highs right here. So just got to be careful, bro. Some stuff is so lame. Look at it. Look at it, guys. Look at where it's dumping from. And what did we tap into? We tapped into 10 a.m. price, right? So if this level shows that it does not want to break, I know that I can get out of my buy and I can just look for shorts for the rest of this session. Because this was supposed to be my confirmation that price was at least going to push to this liquidity here. All right, I like the bullish continuation. I need to see price close through this 10 a.m. price on like a 5-minute chart or a 10-minute chart. And then that right there will confirm for me that, all right, we should at least be able to take this high. Once this high is taken, I may need to go break even, because we've seen that way too many times, right? Where price literally gives you a A+ setup just to trade 5 points through a high. And then once that high is taken, you see price just melt and completely go the other way. So I think we got confirmation that at least one of these highs are going to be taken. Yeah, I like this, bro. I like this right here. This zone right here was fabulous on YM. Nice ROC buy signal, breaking retest. Same thing over here. We got a nice drive into this level here. So we're just looking for that speed to that new session high, which we could get here. Come on. Come on, kid. So yeah, be careful once these highs are taken, man. I like how we're showing strength off of this 10 a.m. level here. We got 1 second left. We closed through it on ES. Did we close through 10 a.m. over here? No, we didn't yet. This is tough, man. This is tough because of what price is rejecting here. You don't want to see it rejected too hard, otherwise it's going to flip. It's going to flip. So lame, right? You see price give you such a clean transition higher, but literally all price could want to do is tap 10 a.m. price, and that could be the end of the buys. Even though you were right that price wanted higher, it could literally just want to tap into 10 a.m. and then die. So naturally, what I'm looking at is early exits. If price starts to get too comfortable underneath this 2 p.m. price, if price starts to get too comfortable underneath this EMA, I can cut this trade early, understanding that I don't want to see that. I want to see price hold bullish here. If not, yeah, I might get out early, right? But how I'm looking at it is we haven't taken out anything here on ES just yet. So I'm thinking, well, I guess we did take out this short-term high, but so did NASDAQ. Right? They both take out this short-term high here. I'm looking at this high right here, man. Let me just double check my levels in here before let's go 2-minute chart. That 1-minute chart sucks. So looking at these, we see clean break here. Yeah, bro, this is where you should see price. It's tough, bro. This is tough, bro, because this wick right here kind of throws me out of whack here. Price could push all the way down into this wick and still be bullish. This wick right here is trash. Oh, that's trash. I might have to cut this, guys. If we start getting underneath this EMA because of this wick, right? The bullish territory goes all the way down here. Price can push way down here, stop us out, and still be bullish, right? Because this wick is a part of the range now. I wouldn't want to see it get too low, but yeah, bro, I think I'm gonna cut this if we get too comfortable here. Come on, man, don't even do it. Just keep going. You tested the EMA, all right, I get it. You retested this yellow zone, okay, I get it. Now go ahead and trend back towards your target. Don't get too aggressive here, please. You know, we've seen it time and time again where price can be over aggressive for no reason, where you could be still bullish. It could push way down in here, sweep this low, and still end up skyrocketing. You just have to pray that it doesn't happen on this specific trade. But at the same time, you got to protect yourself in case it starts showing those signs of weakness. Right now, it's looking pretty weak. We want to see a strong close back above this red line here. And it is not happening. Yeah, I don't know if I want this. Come on, bro. I think I have to cut this, bro. And if it starts going, yeah, get me out of that. I'm out early just because I don't want to deal with it. Just because I don't want to deal with that early exit. And it's only, you see how it's only what, 3 points I just lost here out of the 7. And then the crazy thing is, look, as soon as I get out, it wants to start showing strength again. But we'll see. If it starts to run again here, then I'll get back in. But I don't think this is a good look. It's taking too long. We've seen price already show that it's not You know what I mean? It's not really that weak. All right, let's see if we get a close here. All right, I got to get back in. If it closes, it'll be the same entry price too. All right, I got to get back in. I got to get back in. This is crazy, bro. It's reading my mind or something, bro. Why is it immediately wicking when I get in? Re-entry. Let's see how this candle closes. All right, yeah. Re-entry for the chat. And with that reaction, I think I have to just hold this one now. Let's check YM. Yeah, YM looks good. We tap into 10 a.m. We attempt to go lower a few times here. But you'll notice that we're pretty strong, right? The EMA is holding up. And I pretty much get the same entry price, maybe like a half a point difference. Yeah, pretty much the same entry price. I'm in too many contracts, bro. Let me sell off 2 of these. There we go. That's more like it. And now you just have to sit back and see if prices, because ES seems like it's stronger here. Notice we're still underneath this red line on NASDAQ, but ES has broken it here already. So I'm looking for a pop higher to just finish off this idea. Remember, we saw a lot of speed coming into this trade, right? So if we're truly bullish, you want to see that speed continue right now. If it starts to die out like it seems like it's doing here, this may not be the right trade. It's taking too long. So 1042. We've seen one expansion, one pullback, another expansion, a pullback, and we saw the manipulation, right? You see this manipulation drive right here. We waited just in time. We waited for this manipulation move. Price manipulates into it. There we go. That's what you want to see here, but let's see how price responds at this high here. Come on, kid. I want to see YM, NASDAQ, and ES break this 10 a.m. level. And that would be a great sign for higher here, guys. You can see how we're reading. We're reading it really well. It's just a matter of, does the market actually intend to deliver now? If it's not ready to deliver, I don't want to be in this trade, because you can get manipulated out of your trade, right? How many times have you been in a trade where you knew it was going higher, but the market stops you out before it goes, right? Those are the trades I'm looking to avoid, right? Because if I can get out of those and avoid those, and then get in when it actually looks like it's ready to go, and then it hits TP, then much better trade. Much better P&L over long term, right? So I'm watching this closely, bro. You want to see a strong move right now. Otherwise, I may get out again. Because it's just like, it's almost like begging you to buy it right now, so it can go against you. And look at YM. YM's going to take this high, and I think I'm going to have to get out of this trade. YM's going to take it, and then it's going to, come on, catch up. There we go. Now we can start securing some risk, reducing some risk here, I should say. There we go. There we go. Did we take that high on YM? Yes. All right. So now close out some profit, close partials, move to BE now. You gotta play it smart here, because it'll slam on you. Man, I hate that this stuff happens, bro, because now you're sitting here wondering, should I get out? Should I hold it? Is it going to keep going? There's no way for you to know if price is going to keep going now that this high is taken. The only thing you could argue is saying like, okay, maybe price wants this session high right here. But that doesn't mean it won't pull back way down here before going back up into here. So that's why you have to just play it smart here. Any pullback, I'm just going to probably get out. Probably won't take partials just because if it comes back break even, I'll just get out. And I think it will. I'll probably be mad that I don't partial here. Yeah, I'm just looking for there. There goes the selling pressure. It's gonna be almost 100%. Yeah, I gotta get out of this, bro. Man, this sucks, bro. Some stuff just sucks, bro. Some stuff just sucks. Just rip for us. Like, even if you are gonna end up bearish, just pop one time to TP, right? You know what I mean? Like, bless us with a nice rally here. We haven't gone anywhere. If you just look at the time, right? Another thing that helps me is these timestamps. If 10 a.m. price is right here, then that means we haven't gone anywhere for the past 45 minutes. So give us a nice pop here. But if we're not bullish, it's not happening. So, yeah. Oh, man. Unfortunately, we're going to get a break even here, I can tell. We're begging price to stop being weird. And that's when it becomes even weirder. You guys ever notice that when you beg price, please just go to TP? That's when it goes 900 points the opposite way. I love that we broke this level here, but now that we're taking out this liquidity, the market could start showing its true colors. And there it is. Yeah. Let me just go ahead and get ready for it because I already know it's coming. There it is. Scam alert. Oh man, some stuff is just not worth your time, bro. And this is starting to look like it's gonna go bearish. Like when I say bearish, I mean I think it's gonna dump here. Dang, bro, some stuff. I don't want to trade this. There goes that. I'd rather just wait for the shorts at this point. This isn't trading right now. This is simply manipulating, getting people to get in buys so it can wreck them. We've seen this way too many times. All right, so bro. Trading could be so good and then it could be so bad. It's like it's begging you to hold your buy right here so it can wreck you. And if you were on stream Thursday and Friday, you saw exactly what we're talking about. Price did exactly this. We took out the high. And when I say we dumped, it was like a flash sale. It sold off so quick that you didn't even have a chance to go break even if you didn't already have break even. Where was that? Where's Friday? Perfect example right here. Perfect example. Everyone was buying it, targeting these data highs, but I was like, bro, now that we've taken out this high, price could dump. It sold off here and then just completely rips. Free fall. A good 30 points on ES and didn't stop. It just sold off for the rest of the day. And now, so when I see stuff like this, I can't give the market any chance to scam me here. I have to just take break even or just close my trade. I think the shorts are probably going to slam here. So let's give it a chance. I'm not going to be on the market too long today because you can already tell this is just trash. If we're going to short, I want to see a clean. Look at that. Yeah, that'll be clean. You get the SMT. which is a sign of the power of 3 starting to develop here. And then you start to see the market take out these bullish candles. That's the last step of that's the next step, I should say. We've already seen a really clean bullish profile here. Now I want to see it fail. Now I want to see price get back underneath this 2 p.m. price. And it may not, right? You may see price just continue bullish somehow. But I would rather short, you know what I mean? Like when this type of stuff is happening, it's not a coincidence, man. It's not a coincidence that the market starts acting weird right when we take out this high, starts flipping, starts showing weakness, starts closing back underneath 10 a.m., starts rejecting 10 a.m. It's not a coincidence. And if you think it's a coincidence, you don't know how to trade, right? That's the biggest deal for trading. You have to read the signs. You have to see the red flags. All right, here we go. If this ends up shorting all the way back down here and we catch it, we are goated for that. So I'm watching this bullish candle right here. The one thing that gets my attention is YM really still hasn't traded anywhere past this 10 a.m. price. We're still literally right off of the 10 a.m. price. You get this first attempt to break out, and then we start trading lower. This would be a clean close retest jump. Bro, what is this doing, bro? Now look at it. It's holding this level again. It's about to keep going. It's holding this level again, bro. Look at the red line. Oh my goodness, bro. What is it doing, kid? I hate stuff like this, bro. I was in the buys already, bro. All you had to do is just go about your day. That's all you had to do, my friend. Yeah, I don't think today's gonna be clean, man. Unless you just buy YM here, anticipating that we're gonna hold this red line too. Or was it 23, 24? Could be more bait for the buyers to try and buy it at the highs because YM is not showing that bullishness yet. But you can see, right? You can see when there's clean conditions and you can see when there's trash price action. If we were truly bullish, price would not feel the need to do all of this. We've seen it already today, right? We saw how price was when it was truly bullish. It barely pulls back. We break out, barely pull back, break out. And now we're getting all of this action. Bro, don't tell me this is actually going to rip. We just made another high off the same exact levels. Yeah, this is bullish, bro. Well, I don't think I want to fall for it. I think I'd rather miss the buys and wait for the short. The buys are playing both sides. This is a scam, kid. Like, what actually happened here? We had the 5-minute confirmation, right? And we pull back into one of these yellow zones and show, yeah, so this is your buy signal. This is exactly where I bought it, bro. This is your buy signal. Long here. Once price starts taking out highs, you gotta go break even. And what does price do? It pulls back to break even just because, for no reason. And then TP was like 8.5 points, 7 point stop. Yeah, so this is my trade. I'm not upset about the break even. What I am trying to figure out is price actually trending right now? Or is it just generating liquidity, right? For people to buy it, and it's about to dump off of these lows because we keep taking out highs here. I'm thinking we're about to dump. YM is showing us it's not bullish right now. So I can't trade this, bro. I'll just mark it off as a break-even trade for now. Let's see what 11 o'clock has to offer. Go back to the 5-minute. And just stand by here, man. This is dirty, bro. This is dirty, bro. Because what do you notice here, right? You see we have a few attempts to go lower. We have this one. Attempt to go lower, close through, pull back, bang. Yeah, I think it might be bullish, bro. If we can, let's see if we can drop an idea on YM. All right, so we had this attempt to go lower, tapping the 6 a.m. price, close through it, pull back, retested here at 1025. Once 1025 shows that retest, I want to know how price responds to that area. All right, 1025 to 1030, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, so we have this area down here. I want to see price tap into. Attempt to go lower, close through it, yeah. So 1025 to 1030 is the range I want to see get retested. 1025, 1030. Yeah, this yellow zone right here, which we're tapping into right now and showing strength. If we get out of here, I'm buying this. We get back above this EMA, I'm buying it with a tight stop, which would be, yeah, we're about to take off, guys. I'm going to go like a 47-point stop here. YM is the last one to the party, and it looks like YM's about to try to catch up. I can go, yeah, 2 contracts here. And then I can catch a nice tight. I have to go tight stop loss on this one to get good risk to reward. But this looks appropriate to just, yeah, I'm going to buy this now, guys. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. And then the others are still bullet. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, guys. That's what I'm looking for. It's tough. It's tough to sit here and watch ES just go slap TP without me. Bro, this is so lame, bro. Here, let me type this up for VIP real quick. Wow, price is running, bro. I don't even think I can type this one. This is so stupid, bro. This is so stupid. Some stuff just doesn't make sense, does it? What? Hey. Now I can type it. Hold on. Let's see. What price is this? 47. This will be my last trade for today. And we are buying. Well, YM did take that high first, so right. If we're looking at this right here, we took this high at 1044. Yeah, 1044. We didn't take that high, so yeah, we should be good on YM here. YM should make a strong effort here to catch up. Stop loss will be 48 points. And then I'm looking for a 70-point TP. my goodness. What is YM doing right now, bro? We should be good, though. We should be fine. I picked a safe stop loss. We had... Oh, no, bro. What are you doing, kid? It is like, this is just not it. Oh my lord. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here, bro. That just slapped me so hard in the face. Oh, heck no, bro. Let me get off these charts. I'm done, bro. It's almost like it's watching me right now. Stops me at break even. Rips all the way down here. Why? Let me go back. Let me make sure I'm not tripping, bro. What order block did I? Bro, this is scamming, bro. That's all it's doing. Look at it. Look at it. But anyway, what did I draw this off of? I drew this off of this. I still think this is bullish. That's the sad part. I really do think this is bullish. Let me see here. I think I have to buy this, bro. I think it just literally just scammed me for no reason there. Look at the reaction off of this, bro. Yeah, I gotta buy this, bro. What in the world was that? Anyway, what price was this? 934. 934. That was dirty, bro. If it stops me again, I'm just gonna laugh and run away. Because I just went from 2 trades away from a payout to now 3 trades. And if this stops me out, that'll be 4 trades, all within no time. Like, look at this. This was 1 candle. And it's about to do it again. I don't know. Bro. Let me take a step back here. Hold on. Let me take a step back here. I drew this off of this 10-15 candle, which was broken at 10-20. 10-15 candle. Same, bro. Same exact setup. Broken at 10-20. Right? 10-15 candle. Yeah, same exact setup. This is A+. That wick lower just did me dirty. That just did me dirty, kid. Anyway, drew it up off of that. All I needed was price to break it, close through it, and boom. So here goes your entry right here at 10:30. 10:30, where are we at? Beautiful. And then over here, 10:15, close through it, 10:20, tap into it. And then here goes your 10:30 break, bro. 10:30 it breaks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It closes at 10:35. Where is your candle? Right here. Right here. Which I already had hot, bro. This is A+, bro. This drop right here, if this ends up being the only manipulation lower and price rocket ships higher, you just can't make this type of stuff up, bro. I've seen this trade way too many times. But it don't, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong, bro. This is way too aggressive lower here. It just keeps leeching. We lose the EMA. We're still inside of this bullish area here, but yeah, this might be the turning point here. We take out this session high. Yeah, this could be it. Yeah, I don't know if this is actually so cool. what do you notice, right? What am I looking at? I'm looking at 10 a.m. We're above 10 a.m. I'm looking at the EMA. We're above the EMA. I'm looking at structure. We held structure. The only thing that can make me bearish is if we start flipping here. Oh my goodness, bro. Let me just put this stop in here and just take my L like a champion and come back stronger. VIP is gonna be good though, because I didn't type this one up in time anyway. I don't know, bro. I might stop trading Mondays, kid. This is just way too much of nothing. Part of me thinks this is going to dump though. I really do think this is going to dump, but the catch is we're still holding all of this bullishness. Still haven't shown me that we're bearish just yet. Like, get out of here, bro. This is what you call dirty price action. I cannot believe it stops me. Goes to TP, and then now it's about to just pretend to be completely bearish. I don't get it, bro. YM. Let me get off that 1 minute. That 1 minute chart will drive you crazy, though. I know that much. So looking at the 5 minute over here, we did flip this up close candle, but that's not the case anywhere else. We're still trading within this range over here. Barely getting much selling pressure. We get 1 5 minute candle, 1 5 minute bearish, 1 5 minute bearish. Every single bearish candle has been flipped so far. So naturally, I'm thinking higher, bro. Higher, higher, higher. But it's okay though, bro. I can't force the markets to be clean, bro. I want to get out, right? But if I get out, all I'm going to do is get back in if it starts to go back up. So I might as well just take this loss and call it a day if I'm wrong. And there it is. Get me out of there, coach. Coach, get me out of there, please. Before I go insane. So yeah. At this point, it's looking like the shorts are definitely going to kick in. Looks like the shorts are definitely going to kick in. I'm going to stop there before I get upset, simply because first trade idea was picture perfect, hits the target, and now we're starting to flip, but it's moving really slow, right? So it's only 11. I'll stay on stream for you guys. You guys probably have, let me see. You guys probably didn't even take a couple of those trades with me. So hopefully you're still good. VIP still has one more trade left in them. So I'll stick around for these shorts just to draw it up for the stream, but I don't want to take any more trades. I don't want to take any more losses. I still don't understand why YM is the only one selling off right now. Just makes the whole trade idea completely invalidated when you see that, right? These two over here, A+, bullish profiles, nothing to really worry about. And then over here, you see YM just completely bleed. So I can erase this. Even though it still could end up bullish, I'm hoping that it's just bearish. That makes it a lot easier. Makes it a lot easier. If we're looking at YM without looking at anything else, reaccumulation zone was here. But if you pay attention though, we see, yeah, I guess maybe this isn't as clean as I thought it was, right? You see, we just broke this level for the first time. 950 down close candle. We wick above it, close back in the range. Finally get a closure above. YM seems to be the one that's out of sync today. YM doesn't, it's not making any sense over there. Whereas you can draw up a nice buy over here. Couple buys, right? I think this is about the short. And I may even trade it like half risk if I see a clean short. But I just refuse to buy this, bro. Even though this is like this is still somewhat bullish over here. This is crazy to me. I like the rejection off of this EMA. I like the rejection off of this 6 a.m. price. Watch YM try and go crazy here. YM just may be lagging. And it wanted to stop me out specifically, apparently, because here it goes again. Pushing right back up. Everything else is pushing as well. This is hilarious, bro. Yeah, it's still bullish. YM is the only one pushing lower, but if you pay attention to this massive green zone, anything inside of here is still bullish territory. So it can push way down here and still skyrocket if it wants. As long as everything else maintains structure, it's pretty good to me. Down close candle, flip. Boom, we flip it, retest it. This is so clean when I look at it. I'm like, bro, what's the point of the choppiness? You know what I mean? Like, what's the point of the irky jerky small moves? 10 a.m. is literally here. It's almost 11:30 and we're still bouncing off 10 a.m. price. All right, so I'll wait till like 11:30, 12 before I wrap it up. Me personally, let me write it in here. See if yeah, I took 2 losses. VIP's down 1 loss. Potentially going for 1 more trade. It just depends on which one is cleaner right now. Oh yeah, you say you think it's going for the previous week high? Yeah, it's sitting up here, bro. That would be spectacular. The question is, are we going to see any volume? That's the sad part. Like, bro, I don't want to be trading if you're not going to be going anywhere. Like, kind of defeats the purpose, bro. Kills all the vibes. Where we just sit in the same area for an hour or so. But if I'm drawing this up for a continuation, we saw everything we needed to see. This high gets taken. Once this high gets taken, I'm paying close attention because price can reverse. I'm hoping that it does. It'll make it a lot easier for us. We have, let's see. Let's start drawing up reasons to short, right? So we see 1055, last attempt to go higher. We closed through it here on NASDAQ. Let's go 1055 over here. Perfect. You get that 1055 attempt to go higher here. So if price is bearish, it could simply drive into here and fail again and then continue lower. But you got to wait for price to tap into this area. Then on the flip side, we're still inside of this bullish area here. So I would be paying attention to these bearish candles to see if price could actually close above these bearish candles. Over here, we have boom, close through, pull back. I would love to see a short, but I just don't think we're bearish. It's a Monday. Market's just manipulating higher, slowly but surely. But if we get a nice strong 5-minute bearish move here, I'll consider the shorts underneath this 10 a.m. All right, we break 10 a.m., which is clearly support right now. We break here. I'm down for the short. No question. There we go. Show some selling pressure, please. I like the SMT off of this high. All right. We take out these highs, but then YM does not take it out with this 1050 attempt to go higher. Looking at the news, I don't see any news on the table. So we can just get a clean move lower here. And we did, like we mentioned, right? We did tap into some clean overnight liquidity. We did sweep this Friday high. Nice rejection so far. Yeah, give me a short, man. Looking for a strong 5-minute closure here, where you get this up close candle, close through it, tap into it, boom. It has to close through this previous 5-minute body though. All right, 2 minutes left in that candle. If we do end up playing the short, which one do I want to short? I'm going to short ES. Make sure I'm going half risk on my funded accounts. And target a big trade. I won't go break even on this one. If this one gives a clean short, I would trade it back down. Let's see. Pull up some targets here. I would trade it back down, likely, honestly, back to this previous daily high, previous daily level here. So what am I looking for now? So if I'm looking inside of here, if it closes how I want to see it close, you're going to see 11:20. This candle's going to close. And you should see some sort of rejection going on in here. Yeah, you got a nice up close candle here. Look how clean it is. Like, it's so clean, but it's just, give me a delivery, kid. I don't want to be sitting in a trade all day, afraid you're going to chop me out at break even. There goes that selling pressure. Finally, my goodness. My goodness, bro. No way it took that long. Boom, 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 boom. All right, here we go. See if we get a pullback, or does it try and run without us? All right, so we had boom, 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 boom. There goes your pullback. All right, here we go. So this will let me know the reaction off of this level here should give you exactly what you're looking for. Don't want to see price get above this yellow zone here. This is where you see that 1 minute drive higher. We close underneath it. Now you want to see this level just maintain. Look at all this volume for no reason. YM is doing such a good job. I might have to short YM. YM just looks like it's ready. These two over here are pretending to be bullish for a little too long here. YM pushes right back into the yellow zone, taps it ever so gently, and completely slams off of it. Where is the selling pressure over here? All right, so we're gonna get this bearish gap. I'm sorry, bullish gap here. A closure through here. I'm short on ES. Stop above that short-term drive there. Yeah, there we go. That's what you want to see right there. Give me like 2R here. 2.5. Something outrageous. Create limit order. 5. 10. Perfect. Like 11 contracts here. Tight stop. 12. 250. I'll do 11. Tight contracts. Tight stop. 5 points. About 275. Entry price. Like I said, 10 a.m. Underneath 10 a.m. should be gold. 11 contracts underneath 10 a.m. 68, 58. Let me type this up. We get that move underneath it. I'm gonna short it. YM should be good, yeah. Why is it holding up this gap so strong? What's that? 68, 58. .5 SL. And that'll be and I'm looking for a legit 2R at least. 10. All right, there we go. Sell it and let's have a good day. All right. This is scary, bro, because YM is super sold off here. YM could take out a low, and then we see the same reaction as some T off of a low. So if I'm looking, I'm like, all right, we haven't retested this 930 price. So I'm gonna add some alerts to this 930 price. YM could bounce off of this 930 price and put a bottom in to continue higher. Oil, same thing. Oil could push back to this 930 area and end up back to the downside. So I'm setting alerts here. This is probably where I'm going to take profit once we see those levels get hit. What entry price did I get? 57.5. Stop loss tight above this high. TP. Probably won't get all the way down there, so just be prepared for that. Be prepared for the scam activity. Once YM hits anything down in here, this could end up being a waste of time. I just don't understand how the markets are so strong at these levels, right? So if price wanted to sweep these lows and continue, that is a possibility. You want to see price close very strongly underneath these levels here. That's where I think we could actually take out these lows. But for now, I'm just looking for a scalp lower because the market is clearly not going higher, right? Just gotta give it a chance here. I got the alert set. Let's get off the 1 minute chart. Look at this 5 minute delivery. 10 a.m. This is ugly, kid. Makes you wonder, why is price so weird today? Gold pretty bearish, sweeps the low of London, sweeps the high of London, pushes back to the low of London. Yeah, this might be a trap, man. This might be a trap, and I don't understand why it would wait until it breaks lower, retest, break. Everything is clean for shorts, bro. I want to see some sell side taken out here. Haven't taken out any sell side here. We took out a couple lows here. Wow, we did take out some lows here on ES. This is so trash. If this candle closes above this body here, I don't want to sit through this trade. Needed to respect these bearish moves lower. You see this massive wick higher close down here. You want to see price continue to close underneath here. Same thing with these bearish candles here. You see how we've reached all the way up into these levels and then close down here. You want to see price continue to close down here, so you know the continuation momentum is fine. There we go. 8 seconds left. Just push lower. Thank you. There we go. That's fine, right? I'm okay with holding the trade like that. You should see a pickup in momentum here. Excuse me. Come on, YM. I'll add an alert off of this 2 a.m. level as well. sessions like this are weird, bro, because it's like you're pretending a little bit too much for me, right? If we're bearish, you want to see speed now because we spent so much time going higher. We saw a lot of speed going higher. You don't want shorts that take a long time in these areas because they'll get absorbed. You'll see price just play around here and then eventually start going back higher, which is what's supposed to happen in an uptrend, right? You're supposed to see price pull back into bullish areas, get absorbed, and continue bullish. And then vice versa. When we're not bullish, similar to here, when we're not bearish, you want to see price just rip right through all that bearishness. So that's why I'm being very, very skeptical of these sells here. I need to see speed. Otherwise, I'll probably go break even and just walk away. Come back tomorrow. There you go. Just finish the job for us. 1 second here. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna end up cutting this, guys. We start closing back above here, which it's gonna be tough to even manage. That's why I probably will just cut it. If I see YM even think about closing above these bearish candles, which it looks like it's going to off of this 2 a.m. price, which we've already seen that this 2 a.m. level has shown a lot of bullishness. I don't want to overtrade, but in reality, if we do start flipping here, I would think we're bullish again. Yeah. I got to get out of here. 59 seconds. If I don't see a nice strong closure after all the selling pressure we just saw, that's telling me that price is about to scam. And this whole move lower was just a retest. All right, we see the selling pressure step in, but we haven't broken this original zone yet. So I would want to see price actually break this. Come on, strong. Yeah, this is, you see the absorption. You see the sellers, you see the algorithm pushing price lower, but it's not really there's no real intention to take out lows. It's just retesting. Yeah, here goes the rally. I'm gonna have to cut this. Let's see. I'll just let VIP know. Price dropping. Yeah, VIP, go ahead, move to break even. Price is on the verge of chopping. Yep. So that's gonna wrap it up here, man. Just so that I don't put too much energy into a trash trading session. Even though I could probably sit here and draw up a good trade in about an hour or two, I don't think it's worth the energy. If this trade right here can't deliver, something's not right. It's being so lame, right? If you're bearish, I need you to dump, because I already know what absorption looks like. And this is beginning to look like absorption. Failure to close underneath 10 a.m. Failure to break the EMA. Yeah, let me just get out of here on the next pop higher. VIP is at break even. I'm going break even. Just have to manage these types of days like a really, like it's like a little kid, a bad little child. Don't give it any room to destroy what you've built. Because here, I could easily drop a buy now. Easily drop a buy. Let's see here. This is way too bullish. See how it closes. I'll draw it up. If it shows up, I'll draw it up for you guys. I'm just not gonna trade it. Watch this be the best trade of the day, the one I don't take. But let's review what's actually going on here, right? Let's review what's going on here. Actually, I don't even think it's worth reviewing. It just looks like a bunch of garbage. Look at this. It looks like a bunch of trash. Oh my goodness. What did we see? We saw price push up, but you notice a bunch of random order blocks in this area. So you want to see a synchronized candle that you can read, which would be this 1055 candle. All right, 1055 for the shorts. Take the high, boom. Let's see. Yeah, this just looks like a scam. 1055 close through it, retest, nice sell-off, right? So you see, this is what I mean by you have to be aware of where price is reacting, because you get a really strong sell signal that literally only traded how many points? If you were to short it at the very retest here, which would have been break, retest, you short it here. Price literally gave you a sell signal to short 20 points, right? And that's what makes trading difficult. You can see an A+ setup, but you don't know how far that setup is going to actually deliver. So you could be holding your trades too long, blah, 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 right? That's what it looks like here. This is a clean short signal, but it was not strong enough to break this 10 a.m. price. So now you're like, all right, let's see if we can get a buy signal out of it. We see, is there SMT? Yes. What do we sweep over here? We swept this low. Massive SMT off of this 1035 low. All right. So now you can start saying, all right, if we're not going to go lower, let's start making a case for the buys here. Swept that low. Bingo, bingo, bingo. And then obviously we're way down here, so let's find the order block for YM. It's gonna be these 11:15 bearish candles, 11:15 bearish candles. So you need to see price close through these bearish candles that sent price lower. All right, boom, boom, yep. SMT close through these bearish candles, which we're about to. Looks like we just avoided doing so here, but like that. 11:15. We're still inside of that candle range here. And you can see it's already starting to just be too much. Like, I don't even want to have to account for all of this when I'm trading. I want a clean profile. I want a clean draw on liquidity. I want a clean break of structure. I want a clean retest. I want a clean entry. Like, today, I guess that's just too much to ask for, but that's why I'm getting ready to sign off, right? It is what it is. So yeah, the more I look at this, the more I'm like, yeah, I'm okay with just not trading it, because you see these random spikes followed by no delivery. We're still in this bearish territory, so this could end up going short. You want to see price close through. Let's see here. What about this 11:25 changing the state? Yeah, this is just ugly. Yeah, I would say don't even bother right now. Leave this, let it be, because it's not as clean as I would like it to be. From bearish, I like the case for the shorts. Really strong case for the shorts. Other than this random 11:35 spike, right? Did we break that 1 minute? No, we didn't, bro. This is still bearish. What do you guys say? One more stab at the short. Everything we drew up for the shorts is still holding, and I love the rejection off of it. We have this bearish candle here. Close through, boom, boom. Yeah, let's make a case for these shorts here and see what happens. I may not even trade it, but just to have it for my notes. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, we see 10:55. Strong closure through. Retest was at what time here? Start cleaning some of this up here. Yeah, I wouldn't even make a case for the buys with that SMT that was just presented, because now we're starting to see that this yellow zone here, we had the bearish order block. Last attempt to go higher. Price pushes into it, closes through here. Once it closed through here, you're getting that 11:15 bearish 5-minute candle, and you get it right off of this here. Yeah, I think these are shorts. Just based on this reaction from this yellow zone, I would short this kid. If I was just signing on the market, I would do something like this. Rejection here. Nice turn of events here. It's just you're trading scam likely price action, so you can't even be moving to break even. You just have to put the trade on and see what happens. How many contracts would that be? Boom, boom, boom. $280. 7 contract. This has to be a short. I don't see anything else. That random drive higher here and then immediate fail that's all I needed to see to confirm. Yeah, price is just wasting time. It's not bullish. That was that opportunity to break and retest. Instead, it just pushes right into it and slams lower. On all 3 charts, right? We see the same thing here. Boom, boom. Oh well, we actually might have broken this up here. 2 minutes. Oh my goodness, look how clean this rejection is, man. And we just filled in a bearish gap. We tapped into this this order block here. I like shorts, man. Let's see if price starts breaking lower. I may try it one more time with an aggressive trailing stop. I don't see why it would go higher now. That last drive was very convincing. This last fake move higher and then slam right off the same area of interest, fall right back underneath 10 a.m., right back underneath the EMA. It just looks like a delayed short. Now we're getting this bearish gap here that's being tapped into. Let's see, man. This isn't a VIP trade. This really isn't worth trading at all. This is more of a, if you're down, you're down. If you don't want to trade, don't trade. Me personally, I'll go half risk, knowing that I'll be all right if it doesn't hit. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Yeah, get out. I think this one has to dump. I just don't see much else going on here. I think it has to dump. Yeah, this looks solid, bro. We go to 5 minute. What do we see? A 5 minute EMA is a problem on everything else, but YM, we've already broken that EMA. The sad part is this, though, bro. Look at how we closed through here. Bro, this is so sad, bro. Right here at 11:35, we're respecting bullish structure. 11:35, 11:40. bro. Haven't tapped into here yet. Yeah, markets are in their own little world. Here goes the random pop. That EMA is pretty scary, I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to see it get through it. There we go. Come on. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Boom, 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 boom. The moment we get through it, it should bleed like so aggressively. There it is. Uh-oh, YM is starting to flip. I might have to just kill this, man. Something's just not right, bro. And I hate that it's wasting my time here. YM, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Look at it. Scam away here. We had I think it was, what time was it again? It was 10. Yeah, 11:15. The 11:15 play was here. So anything inside of this red zone is still bearish. 11:15. This was your bearish area. I don't know, man. Why does it do stuff like this? It's like when you're in a trade, it refuses to do anything. Then when you get out, it starts acting like it wants to do something. There it is. Oh, almost. This is crazy. What do you guys think? Is it going to dump or pump? YM is over here pretending to be bullish, which is not okay. But we slammed into this area already and failed to go higher. So why wouldn't it fail again? I don't know, man. Watch, as soon as I get out of here, it's gonna start making up its mind. I think it may be time to get out. Yeah, I may take this 50, 60 buck loss here and just run away because, yeah, this is a little bit too much strength here. Even though we just saw the same exact thing here and it failed miserably. That's the sad part. It'll give you this strong looking candle and then end up way back down here again. But I'll use 10 a.m. here as my pretty much my cutoff. I don't have much on this trade, so that's why I can afford to just be a little bit more patient here. 10 a.m. As long as we stay underneath 10 a.m., I don't believe it's bullish, and I think price is just begging people to buy it. We've had way too many opportunities to go higher and failed. So look at that. There goes another one. All right. Yeah, I like the rejection, but why is YM still pretending over here, man? I don't know. I think I'm just gonna kill it and just enjoy the rest of my day here. It's just not worth whatever this wants to do. Yeah, I don't think it's going anywhere. You think it will go down? Yeah, it's really not worth the skill. Like you can have the best skill set in the markets. You could be one of the best traders, but if it's choosing to do stuff like this, then there's nothing really coming out of it. I want to see it dump though, bro. You see this right here. This is really what I'm liking right here. Look at how price is responding from the top of this. Tapped into it once, sold off, tapped into it now, selling off again. I just want to see it dump. If YM gets back up under here, it should be good, but that's probably the kill point here. Any strong close above here on YM just tells you that the shorts are just a waste of time. These candles are opening. We just opened this 5-minute candle and it's opening bullish right away. That's a red flag. That looks like a scam. because it'll open up bullish, but then we just magically close right back underneath these levels as if it's just pretending to go higher at first. Yeah, we'll see, man. We shall see. Look at it. There it is again, man. Get back underneath this EMA for me on YM. That way we know for sure what the deal is. Because remember, technically, like, YM is the stronger one. I meant the weaker one here. YM never takes out this 1042 high. And 1042 high was taken out a few times here, right? You see 1042 right here. See, we take out this high. Come on. YM, a little bearish. It's crazy to me, bro. If you short YM, what did I just do? Oh. If you shorted YM, you get a much better entry, much better stop, 50-point stop underneath 6 a.m. I get 55 points if you're afraid of a stupid wick. You can go for, let's see, one micro. I'm sorry, no, one contract. It should be moving now, right? There we go. This is crazy to me, bro. This is cray. See if it actually closes underneath here. Or we're about to get another wick. 2.5 minutes remain. Come on, kid. Just dump, bro. That's crazy. One minute, 52 seconds. YM. I really want to see YM just show bearishness. It's not, though. We keep tapping into this bearish area. We sell off, but notice we're just putting in lower highs. This is a lower high. If this one doesn't break lower, this will be a lower high. This is a scam, bro. It's going to try to go back bullish. Watch. Look at it. How does it do this, bro? Like, what does it take for someone to create a program that's so stupid? This is probably the most illegitimate, illogical algorithm you could ask for. The market literally does whatever it wants to do. It doesn't have any reason behind it. Some days it does, and then majority of the days it's like this, where it's like, all right, we're tapping back into that original buying pressure. All right, remember this green zone here? We're tapping back into that on ES. All right, same thing on YM. YM tap back into it right here. 5-minute chart right here. YM is already sitting in it the whole time. Yeah, I think it's over. I don't think it wants to drop anymore, man. I think it's just killing people's time, pretending to be bearish just long enough to get people to sell it, and then it's gonna randomly explode higher. I don't like the hesitation at these levels here. And as we mentioned, if NASDAQ starts to stall, YM starts to break this upper golden zone here, the yellow zone, that officially kills the entire trade idea. Oh, wow. Okay. There we go. Come on. Pick it up. Don't stop there. This is so strange, bro. This is so strange. Maybe YM is just losing his mind, or YM is trying to give us a warning that, hey, I don't want to go lower. So whenever you guys are done pretending to be bearish, I'll be up here at the highs. I think that's what's about to happen, man. Because we did, if you think in terms of algorithm liquidity, we did give a sell signal here. We did retest. We did everything we were supposed to do. But then now once you start taking out these internal lows here, like this one, for example, now that this low has been taken out, there it is. Yep, get out of it. There it is. It's about to go. All right, I'm good. I'm good. I made $8 on that trade. I'm out of that. You can see it, right? You can see YM is like, let's close above here. I'm gonna be running away from here, guys. So that's that. I think we just rip higher here, to be honest. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Oh, and there goes the rip. What is going on, bro? You see what I mean? It's like it's not bearish, but it refuses to give you a clean delivery higher. What is this? It's not. This is not okay, bro. This makes you wonder, like, should we just stop trading until this war stuff is over with? Because they are just insider trading and manipulating these markets way too much. Way too much. We did all of that and still haven't broken anything. YM, gold, oil, there goes that rejection from this level that we were anticipating. I don't know, man. Part of me wants to like stick around for my notes, but the other part of me is like, bro, just enjoy your day and check it later. Yeah, so I'll check this later. Maybe around like 4 or 5 o'clock, I'll pull back up my charts and see what ended up happening. See if we can make sense of it then, because right now I don't think this is gonna give you any money. It's just gonna steal money from you. So yeah, I'm gonna screenshot this, put it in the chat. Let me go ahead and get my levels. What levels did I trade? I took the buy. I took the short. Yeah. Had the buy here for break even. I'll go look at my alerts here. 10:30. Good buy, bro. Right here. Took the buys. Stops like right here. 7 points. I was only looking for 8 points, bro. 8.5 points. Got stop break even. I took a second buy at the pull back in here. What is happening in this candle? Did we just put any structure in here? What is happening here? Because this is clearly an invalidation candle here. Nah, we didn't do anything. Yeah, nah. This candle is going to be an invalidation as well. With that invalidation, was there anything worth trading off of? No. Yeah, heck no. Run away, bro. Because it'll slam lower just as soon as you think it's going higher. But I took another buy here. Let me pull this up. All right, so I took a buy here, break even. Then I took another buy. When price started trying to take off. All right, bought it here, exit there. Bought it here, exit there, exit there, Bought it here. Exit there. Where was the loss? Oh, it was on YM. That's what it was. I'm like, yes, every single trade over here is break even. It was YM. So yeah. Took a loss here. Break even. Bought it again. Got out early. Buy again. Got out early. So really what I'll do is I'll just I'll draw up YM here. YM is the one that cost me money today. The other trades are just break even. No, it doesn't want to show me my execution. There it is. So yeah, that's what it was. Stopped out, bought it, stopped. Yeah, got stopped out twice on YM. That's what the problem was. It wasn't ES today. It was YM. Okay. So yeah, that's it. I bought a little bit too early. Looks like over here on YM, you get that manipulation drive. Now price is right back bullish. Probably looking for something like that. Still underneath 10 a.m. over here. This is sad. This is ugly. 2 attempts. And then on VIP was only -1R. That was that. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but at the same time, it's like, the first trade of the day was the best trade on ES. It stops break even. And then look at this. Look at this rejection off of the yellow zone here. Look at the rejection off of 10 a.m. price over here. Notice that there's no retest of anything on this break. It's just breaking out. This just doesn't look like it's truly bullish, man. I wish I could find a good short, but I'm going to run away here. Drop this in the chat. Call it a day and look for a much better day tomorrow and the rest of the week because still looking for that April payout, which at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. You don't want to put too much pressure on yourself when you're trading, especially for payouts in these types of conditions, but that's the goal, right? Every month, the goal is to get a payout. If it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. So I just got to be smart about what setups I'm taking. When I go back and look at this tomorrow, I'll probably feel like this second one was a little bit extra. Maybe the first loss, I get it because everything else was confirming higher. YM was a little bit delayed. But I think this second one was just me not wanting to miss out, like a FOMO type of trade where I could have just took my first loss and stopped there. But it's not terrible. 2 losses is something that I can manage, right? I can come back and work my way back up throughout the week. So, all right. And then here, what I'm looking at is we got that close. We got this order block sitting right on 10 a.m. We try to go lower, close through it, pull back, rejecting it, EMA support off of it. If anything, you would think that this is about to rip higher. That's what you would assume. And then you would probably do something like this, where you're like, if we're truly bullish, it shouldn't get back underneath here. Target that high like that. Create a limit order. 37. 15 contracts is 450. 6-point stop. Get about 9 points and call it a day. That's what I would assume, looking at what price is offering. being that we held this original 5-minute zone here, we get a nice move off of it. You're looking for price to either tap into this down close candle and show rejection, or tap into a continuation type of candle here and show rejection. So those would be your two areas of interest. Let me drop this in the chat. Markets refuse to expand. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Drop this in here. Yeah, you can see this order block still holding up pretty nicely. You see price start closing bullish here, I would say that's your, I'll even screenshot it, drop it in the chat just for anybody who is, wants to learn. The first couple of trades were terrible examples, but now you're starting to see prices actually showing some life here. You know what I mean? So all right, I'm out of here. Everything clean, everything's closed out. Boom. This would be the final say so. Settings, trading. Last idea. Booyah. All right. Somehow I was just talking to myself that whole time. But as you can see, this was the trade idea. This was the trade idea. Um, Much cleaner delivery. It just slams through these highs, no problem. Now that I guess 12 o'clock is over with. Once 12 o'clock hit, you saw price immediately spike in volume. And that's all she wrote. But I'm going down with 2 losses today, which isn't terrible. Rough start to the week, but got to stick to the script and look for better setups. As long as the volume is good, man, I know I'll catch some nice trades. Here, didn't take this one. As I mentioned, I was just drawing it up for anyone who wanted to learn or maybe demo trade or something. But you saw the invalidation on YM. Once YM was able to close through this rejection point here, I understood that you should start looking for reasons to go higher. And here goes your reason, right? You get this down close candle, taps into it. Once it starts to run here at 1216, you know that it's time for higher. Then you look at 1216 over here. This is where I was drawing up my trade for ES to trade through these highs, and you get your 1.5 magically in seconds, bro. It's the best trade of the day. And it happened after 12, so maybe that's the method, or that's the sauce. Going into these slow choppy days, just wait until 12 before you try and pick a side. Could save you a bunch of headache. As you can see, this is the flawless trade. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. You guys take care. Like I said, starting the week off with a loss isn't ideal, but it's still, as long as you survive, you set yourself up for another opportunity, right? There's always good trading days around the corner. Tomorrow could be a banger. You can make back 1.5 R, which is what I'll be going for minimum going forward, right? So I could recover pretty much 80-90% of what happened today in one day. All right, so be smart, take care. Here's the banger trade that we just magically didn't take. The best trade of the day. I'm gonna put this in my notes, and then I'll be ready for it tomorrow. So fresh start tomorrow. See you guys then.